My name is Samantha McCary. But if you know me, you know I'm Sam with 2 M's. My role at BACR is the Training and Development Manager, recently promoted not too long ago. I'm a mover, I'm an executor, I'm a creative, I'm a visionary, but bringing that to life. Where are we? We are at my home, my second, third home. This is where I do a lot of my recording. All right. This is just our lounge area when you walk in the studio. There's multiple recording booths. It's a lounge area you can sit. There's a full kitchen in there. Oh, no, they changed that. Kitchen here. There's another space upstairs. I'm trying not to walk in anybody's session. Here's another smaller recording room.
What's this room?
The restroom.
Oh.
This is the bathroom. A big one. There are some people in here. They wouldn't mind us popping in. This is the main one. Hi, Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel.
That's Gabriel. That's Nate.
Hello.
The magic happens in the booth.
Ooh.
And I recently discovered that you're also a musician.
You tell me who got Sam.
Got Sam. I am a singer, songwriter. I do artist development, artist management, do a little bit on the admin side, do a little bit visionary side, vocal production.
This is where the magic happens?
Yeah.
Wow. Would you say you're in this room the most?
Yeah.
Or,
No, that one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do too much like recording now unless I'm doing demos or like a hook. I do mostly the writing pieces and the vocal production, but yeah. And then this is all the instruments. You want to record instruments, you want to record a choir, you want to record loud, big sound. This is where you do it.
Oh, man.
They have all the guitars in here.
What instruments do you play?
Do I play?
Yeah.
My voice.
The soul's instrument.
Yeah. All the microphones you can, because you know all different microphones have different frequency, sound, texture. So depending on what type of sound you want is the microphone you'll use. And then,
how many times a day would you say you're in the studio and making things?
I haven't been in here in a while, honestly. It's been like a couple months. Like
it's not too long.
In here is hours, all night.
Wow.
All day. Then a piano room, and then our drums. This is our little haven, our piece of heaven for our recording artists. Yeah. I've been singing since I was a little kid, like maybe 5, 6. I was in choir growing up, in church, elementary school, middle school, high school. Like I was always in choir, or I was in dance, or I was in somebody's performing arts, something, theater. I think I was about 15 or so when one of my friends invited me to a studio. Another one of our friends we went to school with, he was a producer. She was like, I want to go record at such and such's house. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go. And I don't know how I ended up on the mic. It's a Shure mic.
It's dope. It's a KSM-44.
You catch that? What? And then I ended up joining a whole music group. I was the only woman singer out of all of these rappers, and we ended up becoming a thing. I always used to write poetry. I started flipping poetry into songs, and yeah, the rest is kind of history. On my dad's side, I believe, there's a lot of musicians on my father's side of the family. So music was bound to happen somewhere. Middle school, I started playing around with writing inserts or whatever, if I could add on to songs, like songs that were already taking a Mariah Carey song and adding a different verse and playing with different words.
Yeah, love's got a hold on me. I know they hate to see that we ain't never slipping. I'm willing to bet
poetry, I poured out my feelings. It became like a safe space for me to write what I was going through, what my friends were experiencing. It was just my inner thoughts or a lot of journaling, a lot of diaries. Like a lot of that stuff became songs. It's mostly R&B music, right? But that was as a performer, as a singer, or as like a writer. I mostly do R&B music. However, stepping completely out of the performing box, like as a writer, I like to write all stuff. Like I like to work with producers that are doing maybe pop or maybe some jazz or maybe some genre I ain't never even experienced, but just catching different vibes with different styles of producers and artists. And I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to put a limit to it. That was a reason why I kind of stepped away from the artist space. I felt like, once you give a song, a certain type of song, and it starts taking off and people like it, that's what they want from you. Like, oh, we need another one of those, or give us another one of those. And that's cool, but I'm like, I kind of just didn't want to have any box. I didn't want to be put in a genre box. Because as a writer, sometimes they have to set you up for the song, right? Like, we need this type of concept, we need this vibe, this type of style. But like, I guess when someone just gives me a beat and they're like, just do you, and I can just go into a space by myself often. And I really like my intimate little setup I have at home, and I can just, like the blank canvas again, like just create, and whatever comes out, make sense of it later, but like just let it come out. I am CEO of the Beehive. I said it. That's Beyonce. I was the CEO of the Beehive before there was a Beehive. I'm a huge fan of Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, like real soulful, like, I don't know, it was instilled in Marvin Gaye's, like back in the day. And the soft-spoken voices, like, that aren't really showcased, like the Mayas, or like Alanis Morissette, to Avril Lavigne, to like Pink, like pieces of them. I feel like I get little pieces just from textures and tones. Like, so there's a song I wrote. It was a poem, and it's called Sad Song. Just the story behind it. Even though it's very simple, it came out of a really situation, right? Like, type of relationship. I was younger, just pouring my heart out into this song. And the words, they're very simple, but when you listen, it's like, dang, what were you going through? Like, what happened? And then I look at it now and I'm like, it's laughable because it's still a relevant song, and I did it so many years ago, and that song still comes up from people like, oh, I used to play that song, like, and I'm just like, oh gosh. But it came out of a time where I'm like, I didn't like anybody, and I was upset and hurt, but I think that's the power of music and your words, and being vulnerable on a track. I feel like music saved me a little bit through the pandemic. I'm an extrovert, right? Like, I'm a people's person. I get fed off of the energy of people. So, pandemic, well, you're by yourself in your house with your thoughts. But it was music that kind of kept me like sane. Like, I created a live kind of show, I guess, on Instagram with all of my music friends, like an hour every Friday. It was called Fresh Fridays. Like, I had questions, I did interviews, we played music games, we sang on live and had like an audience every Friday. Just having music to create a space for me to thrive in and feel heard and seen, that music is like, it's powerful, right? But I'm just thinking of like the pandemic, music kind of brought me out of my funk in so many ways. I think I'm cool with singing and writing, right? But then you get in a room or in a space with other artists that are super talented, amazing voices and super dope with their pen, and like the perspectives are just so different, the styles are different, but when you hop on a track together or when you collaborate to write a song and you blend styles together, it's just like, right? Like, dang, we really created that, you know? And people, I don't know if people are aware of just the creative process enough or appreciate it enough when artists do collaborate. Because it's really like different worlds coming together and like making this singular thing that's like universal. Like, you know, there used to be times where I would work all day, all morning, get off at 7 o'clock, 30 minutes, go to the studio, leave the studio 5 a.m. in the morning, reset, do it again. You know, like people don't see that part a lot. And they're like, how do you, I'm like, I don't know, I just do it. It's the things that I'm passionate about, I'm gonna put my all into it. I love it, I love it. I want to be like the best version of myself, whatever that is. Whatever my goals are, I want to try to get there. Like I want to strive to reach them. I don't think they're unachievable. And I just want to create my future. I want to create my present. I want to create what my life looks like. And those things, I want to figure out how to get there. And I just do it. Music is one of those things. I'm like, at some capacity, I have to do it because it fulfills me. I have tried to like not do music, and I felt a deep hole when I stopped. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, I'm feeling a little depressed or like something's missing. And it would be like, you haven't recorded, you haven't written, you haven't surrounded yourself with any music. Go get back into that space. And then when I do, I'm fine. We're creatives. When you are a creative, you have to create. Trust your gut, trust yourself. You want to do this. Don't stop like believing in yourself, because there's a whole lot of no's that tell you you're not fit for it, that you can't do it. Oh, why are you doing that? What you gonna do that for? You're not gonna make it. If it's something you're passionate about, go hard at it and be consistent, because it's always somebody that's willing to work harder than you, and they will get there. I'm kind of exploring right now. But I still love writing. I still love working with all types of artists and producers and labels and just being in it, in that creative space. So somebody a long time ago, shout out to Morgan. Morgan, if you see this, I'm giving you a shout out. I was at a crossroads and I felt like I had to choose one or the other. Am I gonna go fully in BACR and get to a position that I want to have, or am I gonna go do stuff in music? And she kind of just was like, well, you define what success looks like for you, but it's coming. Like, stay on the path that you're on and explore it. What are you trying to close stuff off for? And I just did. And it's like, okay, I didn't have to let go of nothing, and I'm still doing things. So, but that's that cliche saying, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. No, that's a real thing. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it.